right. Hello everybody! It's a huge honor to sit here with the one and only Scorpio. We are back and I cannot wait for you guys to hear all the knowledge that he has to share with us. Hi.
Yes, hi.
Thank you so much for coming. Alright, so we are on a deep research about robotics and animation, and so my first question, of course you can go into any topic that you would like, anything that you would like to share with us.
Okay.
But my first two questions would be, what is robotics and where it came from, and what is animation and where it came from?
It was roboting in the beginning. It comes from within. Roboting comes from within. It's a mind over matter. You see something and you imitate it as a robot. If you see like the Bugs Bunnies, the cartoons, like way back in the, maybe in the 50s, 40s, 70s, before there was locking. It was roboting and then locking. That's where it comes from. Locking comes from roboting. But my theory of roboting is just mimicking a mannequin. Just being a mannequin, just being still. So it got advanced as the years went by for just animating, people adding animation to roboting. You can do anything, you can pick up a glass, and that's roboting. Then animation comes from roboting. Yes. So if you're roboting, and if you see something, you can imitate it just by seeing just objects, just life itself. If you see a man reaching up for a cup, you can use that as robot. If you see somebody shaving, open up their cabinet and getting a shaving cream and putting it on their face, that's robotic. But then that's animation too. So you could use your shaving, animation, but roboting too at the same time. So robot is animation, no matter what you do, because people be amazed when you see another person roboting. That's animation to their eyes. Mm-hmm. So just like if I'm roboting in place, that's animation, because a lot of people can't do that. Mm-hmm. Even dancers can't robot for real, the real robot. One of my proteges, his name is Prince Robert, Robot Rob. Mm-hmm. He was one of the baddest robots that I ever seen besides Shields and Yarnell. Mm-hmm. So when I first seen Shields and Yarnell back in the early 70s, they were taking everyday things, and there was a TV show called Shields and Yarnell. Mm-hmm. And I think it was European, or I think it was like a white couple or something like that. Mm-hmm. But they were bad, and they were doing animating. Mm-hmm. They would just take little simple stuff with their wrists, just move their head at the same time, and they would play with each other like they were dolls, mm-hmm. you know, Ken and Barbie, mm-hmm. kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But roboting and animation basically is the same.
Okay. So is it safe to say that the techniques for robot and animation are the same?
Yeah, because when you animate, you can go, mm-hmm. that's robot. Mm-hmm. It's basic to me. It comes from the same era, and it's the same thing, because it wasn't animated, it was roboting first before animation. Mm-hmm. But people created animation mm-hmm. in their dance and their style. Mm-hmm.
Is it safe to say that in animation there is maybe more concepts, more storytelling, more characters, or more different kind of movement with the same technique?
Yes. Different kind of subjects, different kind of movements. Just like I was saying before, you can use 3D in an animation, not ticking, but 3D. You know, when you go in here,
Now, this
That's
was a
animation.
topic that we talked with Andre as well. What is in your perspective, what is the definition of 3D and ticking?
3D is like, see if I can. That's kind of like 3D, but it's more like the font, everything is like this. It's like, but ticking is, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm. Whew.
That's ticking, but 3D it's like you using, it's like kind of like something like electricity got into your body. And just, you know.
Okay. What was your personal inspirations to get into dance?
The Rolling 30s movies. Fred Astaire, kind of like Michael Jackson kind of thing, his story. Watching them on TV. Basically Bruce Lee. Because the way he moved, the way his style is, the way, and this was in the early 70s. The way he just moves, and it's just, I got popping from that and cartoons and kung fu movies.
Okay.
First, I'm from Detroit.
Okay.
I'm not from California.
Very cool. Okay.
I came out to California in '81.
Okay.
That's when I met Robot Rob and Boo
Okay.
from Oakland.
Okay. So where is the robot and animation as we know today? Where does it come from in the dance world? Not necessarily the characters or the inspirations like as movies or cartoons. In the dance world, who was like the first ones that started to do these styles?
Like I said, far as the dancers of today, I would say, like I said, the first person I seen a robot was Shields and Yarnell's, but then when I moved to California, it was Prince Robert, Robot Rob.
Okay.
So he taught me, he showed me how to robot in 3D and all that kind of stuff, you know?
Okay, very cool, okay. So big topic and a question of a lot of people. What is bopping?
It's an inner strength kind of thing. Like if you breathe and you breathe in, it's like, that's bop.
So it's like, is it like an internal?
Inner, kind of like an inner strength. It's like if you strike, that's bopping.
So
that's hitting from within.
It's not safe to say that bopping is roboting with a pop.
No. Bopping actually is pop locking, but it's a harder hit within. It's a harder pop locking, because this is pop. You just pop you snapping your knees back and you tensing up and stuff. But bopping is boom. It's real hard. It's, you know what I'm saying? It comes from the chest. Everything is from the chest.
Okay. All right. Another definition. In your perspective, what is claymation?
You know, I don't even know.
That's okay too. I mean, that's okay too.
Because you know, because I'm a bopper.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a robot. I'm a pop locker, but I'm a bopper. That's my style, and that's what I do. And I do my Michael Jackson shows. So there's so many styles and waivers, and I mean, I do all that. But my specialty, because Bruce Lee said, make sure you master one art in the kung fu world. You know what I'm saying? So I mastered one art, which is bopping. So they fly me to Japan, to China, different places to teach classes on the bop style.
Okay.
So yeah, so my style is bopping, and that's within, just within. If I'm holding my arm out, boom, it's within. It's a hit. It's not pop. It's not a snap.
Okay.
It's not none of that.
So it always comes. The power is the strength
From the
within
chest.
the chest, the diaphragm. As
Yeah.
well too.
When you hit the chest, it's like the diaphragm as well. It all connects. It all connects.
Are you doing any hits with your arms or legs?
Yeah. No legs.
No
Basically,
legs.
really hitting. See, because that'd be pop locking. So it's mainly the chest.
Mainly the chest. Okay.
If you doing moves like this,
Okay.
it's within.
Is there like movement with the shoulders? Are you hitting with the shoulders
No.
as well? No.
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 Just chest.
mainly the chest.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta ask the details. You know, I wonder.
It's just the boom,
Yes.
boom. It's just the
Okay.
chest. Yeah. So.
Okay.
And it's. I just want to say this. A lot of people try to mimic bopping and just because they're hitting hard, it's not bopping. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't even have to use my knees to snap back to make it even stronger. It's just all chest.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for clearing
Yeah.
that up. All right. Another definition that is flying around, and sometimes there is misunderstandings or misconception of what it is. Maybe you will know. What is sinbadding, in your opinion?
I think sinbadding is like, it's like vogue to me.
What do you mean by that?
You know, that's vogue to me, doing this. So sinbadding, to me, is voguing. It's kind of like the same, to me, my opinion.
Yeah, we are only going off of your perspectives.
Yeah. So, I mean, they can turn it around, switch it up, however they want to see it. But how I see it is like voguing. And even what's that other style? It's kind of like voguing, and it's kind of like sinbadding. It's, oh my God, we used to do it back a long time ago. It's like posing, but it's, you know what I'm saying? It's like, kind of like a modeling kind of mod.
Mod, okay. Never
That's
heard
what it
of that. Wow.
Mod. Oh, you never heard of mod?
Never heard of
Yeah,
that,
that's like way back.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, mod.
All right. In your perspective, what is dime stop?
Dime stop. It's like when you're doing a move and you dime stop. That's like posing. That's like, my opinion of dime stop is showing your ability to dime stop and go into a different realm. Want to do a different style or different. Like if I'm doing this, boom, 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 boom. As dime stop, then I can go into, waving.
Okay.
So dime stop is more control of your dance and your body. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It makes you more like if a song is playing, an old school song like Planet Rock or whatever, you dime stop and let the music take you to the next phase.
Okay.
So, and then you can think when you dime stop, you can think, okay, I'm gonna do,
Okay. Dope. What is, in your perspectives, stop motion?
It's kind of robotish to me. When you go on here, slow on. It's kind of like, I love it. I love the style because it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I love when poppers do that, especially Poppin' John. He does that a lot in his style. And so I do it a little bit, but I don't do it like the other people do because they can just do it, and that's basically all they know how to do. You know what I'm saying? They might mix it with a little pop lock and a little wave, a little feet work, with it. So
Nice.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. In your opinion, this definition is going around as well. What is shaking, or glitching, or rebound? These
This
definitions.
young generation
Yeah,
names. Because I never basically heard of it.
And that's okay for you to say too,
Yeah,
So
I've
it's
never
good.
really heard of it unless I see the dance or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's from way back, back.
Yeah.
I've seen that before, but they put a different name to it or whatever.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
In your perspective, what is strobing?
Strobing? Oh, it's kind of like 3D.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
kind of like you 3D. It's like your strobe light. Strobing while you. It's kind of like a tick 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 tick. You know what I'm saying? That's strobing.
Okay.
So I love that style too, because I do it sometimes, and when I'm dancing.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, in your perspective, what is slow motion?
Just
Slow
be-
motion and fast motion.
That gives slow motion to me is good for a dancer because it gives them time to think of their next move or the next style they're about to do. If you go on slow motion, I love slow motion. I like doing it too as well, but it just gives the dancer time to either go into when you're doing slow motion. Then you going straight into the robot with it, and then you can break out and do deep waving, cobra waving, or whatever you want to do. It's just I love the slow motion, and I think they should keep that style and keep it up and put it, because a lot of dancers should use that style to put it into their routine or if they're doing a contest or whatever.
Very cool, very cool. Okay, in your opinion, would you define isolations?
Isolations, especially when you tutting. Isolations is like, I love isolations. It's not really difficult to do, but it takes a while to really like master that. So isolations, I give it a thumbs up because I see a lot of dancers do it. Especially the ones that do the bone breaking. Yeah, they do a lot of isolations. But pop lockers do too, but I see very few that does isolations. And I think that it's a brilliant dance. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, and the last one I have for you is, in your perspective, what is vibration?
You know, I think vibration is like, to me, vibration is like if you stop on a dime. To me, that's vibration. You see what I'm saying? If you going into like.
See, that's what they call the bounce or.
No, it's not
rebound
bounce. This is
nowadays.
bounce. That's bounce. This is to me this is because you it's like a magnet. If you take the magnet, it's gonna vibrate. This is vibrations to me. You see what I'm saying?
Nice.
You know?
Very cool.
That's vibration.
Okay, yeah, I really was wondering about these definitions because these are the names that are flying around a lot nowadays.
Really?
As part of animation, and
Robot and all
yeah,
that
and
stuff.
I wanted to know your perspectives. Any other knowledge that you would like to share with people out there?
They just gotta stop naming these things. People stop naming these dance styles because it's all pop locking. But one thing you can create, because pop locking is the main base. So you can get robot from pop locking, you can get animation, you can get 3D in, you can get ticking, you can get waving, you can get stop and go robot, you can get just everything from pop locking. So just call whatever you're doing. If you're doing a slow motion, that's pop locking. To me, because you're gonna end up popping anyway. So, so you guys just stick with pop. It's not popping. That's not the name.
That's what I was wondering too. So now it's separated into locking and popping. People
So
don't call it popping.
so pop locking comes from locking.
Okay.
Locking, if you slow it down, you get roboting, and then when you fast up robot, you get popping.
So that's what they.
That's how it. That's how the
Okay.
generation. That's how it was. Locking first. I mean, actually, it was roboting first. Sorry, it was roboting first, and then you speed up robot, and you get locking, and then you slow down locking, you get pop locking.
Okay. Another question that I was personally wondering, and I'm not sure if anybody is able to recall that. But I know that the first inspirations for robot was Schultz and Yarnell.
The first ones I seen, and then I
first
seen
ones,
after them
yeah.
I seen the Robot Brothers
Mm-hmm.
back on the Gong Show.
Robot Brothers, yeah. I was wondering, like, because robot originally is a machine. I was wondering, how did robot became dance?
So famous and dancing.
Yeah, in so famous in dance, like how?
Because
how did it happen?
it. Let me see, how can I put this? It mesmerized the human eye.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know, if you see somebody, and it really, if you've never seen it before, only on a machine,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
only on TV, or on a machine, whatever. And if you see a human being do it, just like I used to work at the Wax Museum
Mm-hmm.
in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
I used to dress up just like Michael Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to stand there in one spot. But then when I see people walking by our robot and they think I'm not
Mm-hmm.
real, they come and try to touch me, and
Mm-hmm.
I scare them.
Mm-hmm.
So that was in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
I used to work at the Guinness Book of World Records and the Wax Museum.
Cool.
And I used to be dressed up, and I used to just be like this. This is called mannequin robot.
Wow. Wow, that's crazy. Woo-hoo-hoo. Wow.
So that's like, when people see it, like, man, how can he stand there? So they don't be thinking you're a real person because you're all in this makeup and you're all, you know what I'm saying? So I used to stand there for hours.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's crazy.
That's how I learned discipline.
Yeah. So is there, now I'm wondering, is there different types of robots?
Yeah.
Yes, how
Definitely.
many could you recall that there is?
There's the stop and go robot.
Mm-hmm.
There's the pantomime robot. There's the mannequin robot.
Mm-hmm.
You got just standing still robot. Is actually just pose robot.
Mm-hmm.
You just stand there
Mm-hmm.
for at least about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
You got the cartoon robot, like you're a cartoon but you robot. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You got the puppet robot.
Mm-hmm.
Just so many.
Concepts of
Yeah,
concepts, yeah.
Because you could be a puppet, but you're robot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, thank you so much for sharing your perspectives on this. We really appreciate that. I really appreciate it. I learned so much. And if you guys have any questions, you guys can write it in the comments. And thank you, Scorpio.
OG Scorpio all day, West Side, Inglewood.
Woo! Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my
Peace
God.
and love to the world.
Yes.